What's going on, guys? It's your man, Ed Hayes, the wholesale coach here, back for another podcast, guys. And in this podcast, I'm proud to say I've got my main man, Dejon Charles from Pittsburgh out here on the podcast. And we're going to be chopping it up today.
I want it all, expensive trip, exotic cars when I took that loss.
Now, you guys, if you haven't already checked it out, me and Dejon had a podcast quite some time ago, like last year sometime. So this is his second trip, his second appearance on the Wholesaling Mastermind podcast. So how are you doing, my brother Dejon?
Man, I appreciate you having me onto the podcast, my man. Shout out to the wholesale coach, Ed Hayes. Man, I'm good though, man. I'm good. Great to be talking to you, man.
Yeah, brother. Same here, man. Same here, man. We always have such good conversations. So I'm glad that we're actually able to bring this conversation to the overall community. I hope that we could provide some great value to the listeners out there today. For sure.
I'm hoping to do the same, man. I'm hoping to provide as much value as I can.
My man. So yeah, bro, man. So like in all reality, I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted to kind of just have a regular conversation with you, and I know that right now, you've got a bunch of deals going on right now, potential deals. You got stuff working right now. You cooking,
in the kitchen cooking.
So real quick though, actually, because I know a ton of people are probably listening to this, they probably haven't seen our previous podcast. So why don't you just give the audience a brief introduction?
Yeah. All right, I got you, man. So I'm 21, Dejon Charles, 21, man. Here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 412. Man, I'm just going on my journey in the real estate investing world, getting my feet in the door. I'm about maybe, since the podcast, I'm about maybe 9 months in. Not a full year yet. I'm about 9 months in.
Nice.
Yeah, got a couple deals under the belt. Things are changing though. It's been changing since the last podcast. I could say that. But yeah, man, I'm not give you a quick background before we deep dive. Coming from really nothing, man. Homelessness and struggling and just a lot of stuff. But I've always had a passion for real estate, and I dived in a couple months ago, and just haven't looked back, man. Just taking action.
Man, that's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing for real, man. You've been taking some massive action out there, bro. I think you'd be humble. Be very humble. My brother Deja, man, he's been out here grinding. He's been making sure that he's taking that action, and I think Dejon is a true testament to what's possible as long as you're out here actually taking action. It doesn't matter how old or young you are, or what you think that you are capable of or not capable of doing. As long as you take action, I truly believe that it's possible for everybody. I think that you are the example for a lot of people, Dejon.
I appreciate it. It's a lot of responsibility too, man. That's what gives me the motivation to keep going, though.
I can definitely imagine that, for real. So thank you for the background. A lot of people, and just tell them real quick. I'm not sure if you told them, how old are you again?
21 now. 20 at the on our first podcast. I just turned 21 this year in February. So I'm still young and kicking.
Yeah, man, 21 years old, out here getting wholesale deals already. And if you're not out here grinding, y'all, if you older than 21, if you younger than 21, regardless, if you're listening to my words right now, guys, just know that it's possible. Nothing's stopping you from getting out here and getting these deals. You just gotta believe.
That's it. That's literally it. That's the secret.
Put in that work. Right. You gotta believe that you can get it, that you deserve it, and that and then just start putting in the work. It's almost impossible to tell unless you don't take action. So that's it, people.
Honestly, it's the truth. It is really the truth, man. You got to put in the work.
So, man, why don't you tell them a little bit about like what you got going on right now? Why don't we can start our conversation. Like I know that you, the last time that we talked, you were telling me about some multi-unit buildings that you had looked into because an appointment that you went to kind of fell through, and then you end up walking the neighborhood and for big buildings with a bunch of units which were owned by the same person. Am I correct about that?
You are dead on point. So, man, listen here, fam. Look, so I went on. I was supposed to go check out the 3-unit last Saturday. So, I called Friday. Confirmed the appointment. We had spoke Thursday. I told him, we're on for Saturday. We confirmed Friday. So, and I didn't think to call him before I left, which, maybe I'll start to do that. But, I just left. I'm like, okay, boom, on my way to the 3-unit. I get there. He's not there. It's 12 o'clock. I got there, walked a little bit of the area. Got there at 12. Well, by 12. He wasn't there. Called him, left a message, waited like 5 minutes, called him again. Didn't answer, and I'm like, okay, let me just shoot him a text. Shot him a text. Didn't answer. I'm like, oh man, he really. I'm like, wait a minute, did he just stand me up? So I'm like, all right, well, that's cool, that's fine. So the area that I went to it's a prime area in real estate here in the city. So I'm like, you know what? Optimistic view. Let me just walk the area. I walked the area, and I didn't even tell you. I found the for sale by owner. Walking the area. So that was a bonus. And then I keep going down, and out of nowhere, man, I see apartment building, just one. It was a little bit in the distance. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this looks nice. This looks nice. So I walk. I get on the property. I look over. Literally, and there's 5 other apartment complexes the same as that one. I'm like, whoa, boarded up, vacant, notices on the door, violations on the door. I'm talking like pure gold, 6 of them. I do a little bit of research on them here to find out each one could potentially have 30 units.
Yeah, that's
so that's like 180 units right there. And they're all owned by the same company. So I've been doing my diligence on those and working on it. I actually hand wrote a letter that I'm going to send out Monday for them to the address that I had told you about, and see if the units are available to sell.
Okay. So you out there putting in work, man. That's a lot of units,
and
man.
you know what? It's definitely, I could tell the listeners and viewers, it's definitely nothing like a traditional wholesale deal, even evaluating it. It's just a commercial is completely different. So, but I got, I'm actually in a commercial group, but a few months ago, I really started deep diving into the commercial. Kind of shiny object syndrome, but it's funny. More recently, all of the, well, I won't say 80% of the leads I'm getting are, multifamilies, commercial units. Me and Ed had talked. I got a 7-unit I made an offer on. I underwrote a 12-unit that I got an offer out on. So that's 19 units right there. So. It took a turn, man. I've from the last podcast, I was just hardcore wholesaling. I still am, but now I just got a pivotal, just like a shift in goals and mindset. Me and Ed had hopped on a coaching call about 2 weeks ago that just shifted everything for me. So I got different goals I'm striving for, let's just say, since the last podcast.
Man. I know you do, bro. Like for real, I definitely want to bring some of that new knowledge to the audience as well. But real quick, though, like on these 25 units, I definitely want to just tell you, like, I would highly recommend like getting that getting that letter out to all of those units with the same owner as soon as possible, bro. Like for real. Because what I've noticed is that if you're not on it, somebody else is gonna be on it, and it's all about me. I was just having a great conversation with Brent Daniels the other day.
He came.
It was a game changing conversation, bro. And that was one of the things that he mentioned, though, is that like I asked him like, what would be the best advice, right? That was actually Brent Daniels' best advice. Outside of talking to people and making genuine relationships, his best advice was to actually just move with speed, essentially. Speed is the key. I was like, man, I tell people that all the time, you know?
That's the truth.
Like, it's like peas in the pod, man. I swear. I was like, man, that's why I like you, Brent, man.
It's the truth, man. It's the truth. It is really the truth, man. You got to be quick. There's, especially, man, the cat's out the bed. Everyone knows about wholesaling and real estate investing, flipping houses and building wealth, which is good. But I mean, on a realistic scale, for anyone doing it, man, it just puts the fire on you, man. You got to move quick because you're not. More than likely, you're not the only one going after that property.
Exactly. So it's literally zero entitlement.
No, you, man, you.
I just wanted to mention that. I'm like, oh man, yeah, don't wait until Monday, bro. If you can get that thing out today, they still deliver the mail on Saturdays.
You know what? Shift it today. Today's the day. It's rolled up. I got it. Hand wrote it.
Might as well send that today.
It's good to go. You're right. It's definitely good to go. I'm on it. Look, I'm on it. I promise you, I'm on it.
The right way indeed. You already know. I go ahead and throw that in real quick because I don't want you to miss out.
Yeah, no, I said that those are going out today.
The right way. Okay. But you said that you got like 19 other units, like with offers. You got offers out on essentially 19 other units right now. What are those like? Actually, like, is it looking good or like what's the?
Yeah, you know what? So the first one that I checked out, it was the that one is actually turnkey. That's the one. It's there's 7 units. 6 of them are occupied. Well, they're occupied, but 6 of them are getting rented out. The other one, mother-in-law is living in for. So that put a big difference in numbers, especially for commercial. I mean, one vacant unit could be thousands of dollars off your offer. It's under, but I don't know if anyone listening or viewing this right now or on the recording, knows about commercial, but the value add opportunity, that's where the money's made in commercial. So raising rents, changing property managers, increasing your income, lowering your expenses, the name of the game in commercial. So there's tons of room for this one. So it's a good one. It's really a good potential. And you know what? Funny thing is, and this is what got me relit on like probates and inherited, this property is an inherited property. Yeah, so
building that's inherited?
It's a 7-unit building inherited. Yes.
I wonder, so there's a possibility that maybe they can't even afford the place with the taxes, or they don't really know how to manage it, or maybe they just don't want to. But you've actually contacted these people. You've seen them, like you went out to the property and you put an actual contract out on these properties?
Yeah, so I checked it out. I don't have the date right here, but about 2 weeks ago, I had checked. The first time I walked through, I couldn't get in all of the units, so he told me to schedule for the following week so I could check all the units out because it's crucial, just to make sure my numbers are on point. So I checked it out the second week. I checked out all 7 units, got pictures. just a note to put in for everybody. Listen, man, rapport. I have a crazy rapport built up with him. Like the whole time, we're not even talking about the property. We're talking about his mother-in-law, because that's the reason why he's selling, is to get his mother-in-law a new house. She's older. The steps are killing her. So, you know, we're just talking about that, the area, you know, a little bit about him. I'm telling him a little bit about myself. So I got the rapport built up, but I'm like striking. But yeah, so I rocked the property, ran some numbers on it, and I made the offer. I just called him up and told him, you know, what we could do. And the problem with this, well, maybe not a problem, but the thing about it is he was asking $350,000, right? But
Okay.
after I ran the numbers, you know, everything's based off of now. Even with residential, you know, we can't run numbers based off potential. It's like right. So property value right now based off the income and all of the numbers is $290,000. So I mean, off the rip, we're talking about, you know, $60,000 difference. And you know, we can't pay retail no way, no how anyway. So that doesn't work even either way. So I ended up making an offer for $195, which it's a very reasonable offer considering the circumstances for the property. But he was cool with it. He was, I mean, you know, he didn't accept it yet. You know, they still got to talk with all the, because there's four people, heirs for the property. Yeah, gotcha. So there's not one decision maker, there's four. So they can't just accept it right then and there. But yeah, I got the report built up with them and I made the offer. So you know, we'll see what goes on. I'm supposed to.
About how many days ago was that? About how many days ago did you
make the offer? Today, Saturday. I made the offer on Wednesday. So I told him I would follow up with him a week from today, talking about Wednesday. So I'm due to follow back up with him Wednesday.
Okay. So yeah, that's not too bad at all. I would probably, if it was me, knowing me, I would probably follow, quote unquote, like soft follow up with him on like Sunday evening. That's just a good time. Open rates Sunday evening are like astronomical. And I would just send him a little text if you got his cell phone or whatever. Just send him a little text like, hey, so and so, did you get a chance to talk to the other heirs on the property yet? You know, just curious if you got a chance to talk to him yet. You know, I'm looking forward to our call on Wednesday. Something around those lines.
To keep it warm.
But it's like so pressure field or anything like that.
I got you. Just to keep it warm.
Right, and to also just to make sure that he's actually doing what he needs to do, because you know, you talk to somebody on Wednesday and then you tell them like, hey, let's reschedule our next call for next Wednesday. So much time may go past that they may have forgotten or started doing something just because.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Yeah, I make sure I do that. Follow up with them on Sunday, just to touch base.
Yeah, it can't hurt at least, you know. It definitely can't hurt. It can definitely try to give you a little bit of a heads up of what's going to happen on Wednesday. Let's put it like that. I like to be kind of poking and prodding at people and finding out what's
it makes sense. It makes sense. Stand on top of them.
Yeah, exactly. Hold their feet to the fire, because it shouldn't necessarily take them 7 days to talk to three people.
True. You're right. Yeah, so I'll make sure I get on that. So yeah, that's the story with the 7 unit. And then the 12 unit, this one is rougher. This one's definitely rougher. I mean, it's very rough, outdated, a lot of work needed. So I checked it out. Today's Saturday, the 14th. I think I checked this one out maybe a week and a half ago. It was actually like this within the same couple of days that I checked out the 7 unit the second time. I walked all 12 units. The owner lives in California, so it was from a property. And Actually, I found this one on Zillow, believe it or not. I thought they would put commercial properties on Zillow, but yeah, I just found this. I mean, take that. It might be a golden nugget, man. Scrub Zillow here and there, or every day maybe, but I found it up on Zillow and just called them up as soon as I seen it, just because I know how to evaluate commercial properties. So, man, I called him up on like a Wednesday. His property manager was busy doing other stuff, so I had to talk to her on Friday. He gave me her number, and we ended up setting it up on a Saturday. Yeah, nice. So I checked that one out. That one is definitely a fun one. A lot of work needed, man. It's a rough one. However, I think you had talked about this. He valued the property at $980. The property's valued at $1.2 million.
Right. I remember you.
Yeah, so there's some. I don't quite think he knows what he has on his hands. So it's a good one, though. I don't remember quite what I offered him. I got the note in my notebook. I think I offered him maybe around somewhere around $700,000. I think. Which
I think that's, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
I could be wrong.
Oh, you know what I was? I think it was 700. Yeah, it was $703,870. That's what I offered him.
Dang, technical
yeah. Just man. Honestly, man, I forgot who gave me this tip, and I might be a nugget. I used it, and I don't know, man. Just put in
number like that, you make people think that you really was calculating something. I've heard that one. I've used it.
Yeah, so that's what I did for that one. And man, I mean, there's 500 G's within, of equity to play with. So, I mean, that's
right. What do you think the repairs are looking like though on a 12-unit multi-family building? I mean, what are we looking at? 200,000, 300,000 repairs?
I ran it for the viewers listening. I recently just talked to or got in contact with a big commercial player here in the city, and he's actually open to, quote unquote, putting me under the wing to learn the commercial game. So he's been evaluating the units with me, which is just amazing. He's experienced, seasoned. He got over 125 doors. So I mean, he's really doing the commercial game. So he's been working with me. I think it was around 200. 200
in repairs. So that's not too bad. So if you actually go for 7, it's going to cost you all like another 2 in repairs. It seems like, and then so after repair, once that 200 in repairs are put in, like, are you saying then it's going to be worth that 1.1, or is it worth that now?
Right, the property's worth 2 as it stands, the condition as. But see, the beautiful thing, and this is what really led me to go commercial months ago, and now my fire is back to just keep really get on it. That's why I did the commercial coaching group, play at serious level. The gold about commercial is it's not like residential. So residential, you gotta wait years for appreciation, or once you update it, it might go to 150,000, but you can't force it to go to 250, right? But the thing about commercial is you force the appreciation. That's gold. So it means as you increase the rent, you change property manager, increase income, lower expenses, slap lipstick on a pig for say, your property increases in value. So.
But like a residential property.
So it's nothing like a residential property. You force the appreciation by doing the value adds, like I said earlier. So right now it's worth 1.2. I didn't run the number. I ran the numbers once to see quote unquote after repair value, and it's really called after stabilized value in commercial. But I ran the numbers once, but I didn't run them the right way. I was missing one thing from the seller, so I had to wait to get that. So I didn't get a chance to rerun it. But as after it stabilized, I could tell you right now we're looking at $2 million.
Whew. Lord, really? You said at least.
Yeah, there's literally an abundance of value add. I'm talking about there's so much value add opportunity for this property. I don't even know how it lasted.
Man, that's very interesting. Okay, right. So like for the actual end investor, that's potentially like $1 million come up here. Potentially. So what are you looking to eat then? With that being said, if you can get it for the nearly 710 or whatever it was that you offered, if you can get it for that much, how much are you trying to upsell this for? How much are you trying to assign this property?
150. That's what gave $700, $3,000 offer. I put in 150 for the spread that I want to make, and it makes sense right now. It makes sense at 703, and anything under is just even better.
So that means essentially you'll be selling the property for about like $850.
Yeah, for about $850.
Right, man. Hey, bro. Honestly, bro, look, if you could pull it off, brother, I'm all for it, my brother. For real, man. Pull it off, bro. You got this.
However, I'll give this. I think the word's caveat. The thing about is it takes longer. So a 30-day deal for residential, we're talking six months for commercial, 3 to 6 months. So
right.
Yeah, definitely. Just because there's a lot of stuff to go through it, the underwriting and
all the different units. It's really, really technical when you're trying to sell commercial properties. Sometimes it takes quite a while.
Very, very time intensive. So, but God willing and I'm able, man, cash out big on that one.
For real. Nothing less than tens of thousands of dollars. Hopefully, well over 100. That would be gravy, right?
Honestly, bro. Man, the commercial investor that I networked with since the 2 weeks ago conversation we had. Man, he's been definitely helping me and giving me different resources and different game on how to go after them and evaluate them and really just giving me insight, which was amazing because, man, my ultimate goal, man, is to do redevelopment and have commercial property. So to do it now at 21, just to be able to learn it, I feel, more than, ahead of the curve and blessed to be able to do it.
Man, I hear that, man. That truly is a blessing, though, man. It's like, and honestly, like, I'm really happy that you've been diving into the commercial space, just because, like, just the multifamilies in general, I've been talking about it for some time now, is that's kind of like the niche that I kind of like got into myself or whatever. Like, look, this is where all the money is, and no one's actually competing over these big boys. So why just jump? Like, the only people that are operating in the large multifamily building space are realtors, really. That's it. There are no wholesalers with you. But realtors are driving for dollars. Realtors aren't like walking communities looking for properties. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times realtors don't even have the same relationships you have with buyers. Sometimes they do, though. But if you're the one that can come across these gems, these diamond in the rough, extremely large multifamilies, you can literally just work with realtors easily to find buyers for those.
Legit, man.
Got a ton of opportunity, bro. But not to mention, one of the best parts about like actually trying to wholesale commercial properties and just multi-unit buildings in general is that you gain that knowledge and experience for yourself. so you can start house hacking and you can start actually investing into multifamily properties and start getting that passive income coming in the right way.
Exactly. And you know what, man, that when I first came across the opportunities, these two, you know, from our, you know, having our last conversation, just shifting it to more holding and building wealth rather than, you know, putting that off. That was actually my original way to go. But the way that I'm learning from, you know, the different coaching group that I'm in, this commercial investor more recent is man, still the deal with seller financing. So these two deals didn't make sense for seller financing, and I'm actually like crazy, man. In the past, like literally 2 weeks, I feel like I just gained a massive amount of knowledge in seller financing. So that's the only reason why, you know, I didn't go after those two to keep.
Man, I see you though, bro. You say you out here educating
Yeah,
yourself, man. It's like ain't nothing good about ignorance, man. For real, it's like what you don't know can actually harm you way more than what you
man.
do know. So I'm so glad, bro. Like you've been putting in this work as far as just educating yourself. And what do I always say? Like your competence is your confidence. So the more you know, the more confident you can go into these conversations and be able to efficiently negotiate, efficiently seal the deal. And it doesn't have to stay or get stagnant or stale because you know what you're doing. You're a consummate professional. The more that you
Yeah, it's
know,
the truth.
the more, man, I
Man,
swear.
man, that is literally the truth. So, man, I just I had a conversation with it was actually a female from a networking little group that I went to over here on my side of town, and she had just told me, she was like, "Well, why don't you look into seller finance?" And when she said that, I don't know what in me just like felt what she said, but that night I just deep dove seller finance and listened to like every podcast on it and downloaded different like little spreadsheets, and man, I just deep dove on it, and 2 weeks later I've learned, man, a whole lot of stuff about it. So
I see you, bro. For real. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. Just in general, like I feel like the strategies outside of wholesaling, you can get even with wholesaling in general, but just in general, real estate in general allows you to get so
yeah,
creative because everything is negotiable. You can literally just make up a deal. You can literally coin a brand new strategy in real estate.
legit, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
You can literally create your own method, and people would like call it your method. Like they got the Burr method and subject to lease options and all of this stuff. But that was just somebody who got creative and just thought, okay, let's do it like this, and then they just put a name on it. But essentially, we can do that as well. We can have like the Dejon method of real estate, and you know, the Ed Hayes method, da 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 da. For
Yeah,
real though.
but yeah, so that's what is going on now. It's a shift. I'm still like I got two more offers out on two properties in a hot zip over here in the city, residential. But I mean, man, I got a lot of things in the multifamily. Yesterday I just got another 5-unit lead, and he's open to seller finance. So
Damn. Okay, I see you,
yeah,
bro.
the only con to this deal is just the area. The area's rougher. So yeah, the
Gotcha.
area's a little rough. So that puts a play on the numbers. I didn't evaluate it yet. I'm waiting for him to send me over the rents. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, like literally, bro, within the past 2 weeks, it's literally just been a shift, man. Like I love, I told you, man, I'm not, well, when we had talked and strategized and you helped me, review and refine the goals, it's like, I want to hone in on the wholesaling, I was saying the residential side, but like, man, I don't know what happened in the past 2 weeks. It's just like a lot of multi-units, 5 units, 7 units, and 12 units coming across.
Right there. That's your blessing right there. Remember, when you focus on the what, or when you focus on the why, the what and the why, the how will be shown to you. I promise you. So what you're asking for requires
Yeah,
more money, and that's why our families are coming. That's what it sounds
yeah,
like to me. That's what it seems like. Hey, like, look, asking for big dreams, and the universe is giving you opportunities to accomplish those big dreams by bringing you
yeah,
big
and
deals.
that's
For real.
exactly what's going on, man. It's like, yeah, it takes, like, man, I could tell you one thing, man, from the last podcast to now, like, man, the clarity and vision is, man, I'm telling you, it's like, so the goal is just so clear now. And man, like the patience though, like I grew just a mass amount of patience just because things are just taking longer. The time in between deals are taking longer, but the deals are getting bigger. So it's like you got to sacrifice something to get something. So it's like
100%.
yeah, so it's like
Always.
boom. I don't even know, man. I haven't even been getting opportunities for like a quick, 30-day closing $5,000 deal. It's just like commercial, and it's like I'm not even getting those opportunities.
That's just crazy, man. It's like literally everything else is getting filtered out outside of the big boy stuff. It's like your awareness is there too, because you've been learning so much about both. Your awareness is on 100 when it comes to these things.
It is, man. It's crazy, man. It's really well, not crazy. It's crazy if you think it is. It's just real, but man, it's like wow. Just a couple of weeks ago, I just had a whole bunch of writing up different offers for single family, and now I'm writing letters of intents and evaluating commercial properties.
Indeed, bro, the right way indeed. So, man, real quick, like you had mentioned about like last podcast to this one that the pretty that you so like I touch base on that real quick because we said it like a little while ago too or whatever. I know that just recently, like over the last few weeks or whatever, some of the conversations that we've had really shifted the way that you've been looking at things and just kind of shifted some of your desires and your approach at things. So I just want I want us to kind of talk about a little bit about the steps that you're taking right now to put yourself in a position to start acquiring these properties yourself.
All right, cool, man. That's a good question. So first thing first, man, I mean, just like me and you always love to talk about the mindset change, man. It's like the last couple conversations we've been having, man, it's just really been shifting my mindset and just I'm evaluating my goals from past conversations to the recent ones that we. And it's like, man, you're not playing big enough. You're not playing big enough, and it's like the deadlines that I'm setting to hit certain goals. It's like, yo, you could do that like way before you're talking about. Like within the next year, you could have that accomplished. So the mindset has just been shifted. So like I wanted to hone in. So one of the goals was to hone in and build the wholesale business, which I still want to do. But from our conversation before, we talked about the credit, the R. Look, listen, the R, the B's, and the C's, the real estate, business, and credit, and how they all intertwine together, and each one plays a factor on another one. It's all like it's like cyclical. It's just like a circle. So, so now it's just shifted. It's like now I'm positioning myself more to on a capital side like lenders and on a credit side for financing. So I'm actually next week I'm sitting down. Her name is Karen Wagner. Anybody here in the city, Pittsburgh? She's a credit. I don't want to say credit repair agent. I'm not too sure her title, but that doesn't matter. I'm sitting down with her to talk about a game plan and a blueprint to start really building my credit up, and then beginning to build my business credit up. So right now, the steps that I'm taking is lining myself up with financial partners, whether it be equity partners or private lenders, and building up my credit score with Karen, and working on the business credit to really be able to start pulling the deals down quicker. Yeah.
I'm loving it, bro. See, this is the exact reason why I love having conversations with you, bro, because I never feel like my time has been in vain. Let's put it like that. You never, ever, ever fail to get the job done. I swear to you, bro. Like, that's why I love working with you. That's why I love having these things and helping you move forward and stuff, because you're an action taker, man. Like, so just audience that don't know, like, look, me and Dejon had an amazing conversation. We really, really talked about those RVCs, as Dejon mentioned, real estate, business, and credit. Those are like the 3 prongs to wealth. And if you don't get one of those pieces, then you're pretty much screwed. Like, you have to have the whole thing. So what I told Dejon to do was, look, go out here, start building up these relationships with the people who can actually help you get to where you need to go. Start working on your credit, start building up these relationships, do what you can for your personal credit, because that's how they determine your business credit, and actually try to level up with your wholesaling business to expedite your credit building process. And this is literally exactly what you've been doing, bro.
Like literally, man. So it's like I didn't even recognize I guess the jewels that you dropped just resonated deeply. I really didn't fully digest them. I just literally just acted on them, and like one of the biggest things we talked about was being realistic. That you need capital to do what for the goals that me and you spoke about, the different acquiring of the multi-units and just the different ventures that I got set ahead of me, they take capital. So, I mean, it's like the universe must have heard that and seen the action, and just, I'm just walking in line with, with different opportunities. Like, oh, I didn't even mention this too. Then I'll go ping pong right back. Man, I told Ed, I think yesterday I had networked with, another big investor here in the city, and one of my goals is to have a property management company, because I want to keep everything in-house, and like Gary Vee talks about, go vertical with real estate. So I actually got the opportunity to work with him. I don't know if you want to call it for him, work with him, it don't matter to me, but work alongside with him in his property management company, and game and acquire some skills.
Man, that's major right there, bro.
Yeah, so, man, I'm just like, man, I'm telling you, bro, like them conversations that we had, man, it just really lit a fire, and it just like put me, to myself, I just said, like, man, you got to play on a bigger scale. So I just been analyzing and just trying to look at my steps and put myself in different positions to go do bigger and, play on a higher level.
Man, I see you, bro. And honestly, like, that's where it's at too. Like, I love the fact that you actually take action, bro. Like, I can't commend you enough for actually doing the steps necessary, because like anybody can get pumped up on a phone call, but like, where does that motivation go once the phone call ends? Like, most people, they don't put that motivation and that energy into the actual task. They kind of just bathe in the feeling of having it already, even though they're not taking actions to put themselves in alignment with what it is that they're asking for. So I'm really, really glad that you've been putting yourself into alignment with what it is that you're asking for. Like, these big goals, and you're getting big opportunities coming in right now. So I'm really, really loving it, bro. Honestly, like, I'm proud of you, man. I just want you to know that I'm always proud of you, bro. You've been knocking it
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, man. And honestly, man, that's why I just love sharing my story, man, because it shows you can literally, like, no exaggeration, like no fluff. You could literally come from nothing, and like in a matter of months or just a few years, whatever the timeline is that it takes, man, you could literally just be in a whole different position. Like, man, I'm talking about like today, let's just say maybe 10 or some years ago, like, man, we're trying to figure out, where we're laying ahead at. And, it's just like, what's going on? Now it's like, man, I'm talking about 30-unit apartment complexes, and I'm walking 12 units, and I'm underwriting 7. I'm negotiating 5. It's like,
it's crazy, bro. And that's how it is. I mean, just think about it like this. Like, just a few years ago, I was literally wiping ass for a living. Like, literally wiping elderly ass, men and women. Like, oh my God, his balls touch my hand. No, bro. I was literally doing this for a living.
Straight up.
Like, I'm just that now to where I am now. Night and day, man, and it's such a blessing. But at the end of the day, like, really boils down to, it's not about how much you know. You can have 1,000,000 degrees, and I'll probably still make more than you this year. You know what I mean? That's how
exactly.
It don't matter now. Like, the old school way of doing things is completely irrelevant and dead. The school system is literally made to turn you into an employee. So I feel like people who are going to get on in this life now are going to be the creatives, the people who are creative, and positivity and empathy and all of the stuff that Gary Vee be talking about when it comes to like the new leader. Those are going to be the traits that people are going to look towards, like being friendly, understanding, being very creative, most importantly, though, because you've got to create. That's what we need, is new knowledge. Like, artificial intelligence eventually is going to overtake like humans or whatever when it comes to how much knowledge they actually have. They're going to have more knowledge than us, actually, of their own created brand new knowledge. They're catching up with us. So it's like, when you really create more, I feel like jobs almost kill people's creativity, because it literally traps you into a box. School is like the same thing. It's like a creativity killer. It's like they put us in these things to create positive and negative reinforcement on certain things.
It's the truth.
Like animals, to just do what people tell us to do.
And man, that's the truth, man. To piggyback off what you said, man, that's what literally, like, with the fire I had, it's like, man, that's literally what made me just burn the boats and go all in. It's like, man, I dare you to say I can't, and I dare you to say stop me. Watch what I do. Watch me. It's like, you go ahead and, put the limitations. It's like, look, I could show you something. Let me show you how it's done. You know what I mean? Like, man, just go.
Better than it's
like, man, like you told me on the conversation, go all out all day, every day. Just play full out. So, man, it's like, and I always, you could tell, man, I always had the energy and passion, but man, the past few conversations just lit me. It's like, whoa, there's really a bigger playing space and just a way higher level you can execute on. So it just put the fire up under me to just get it done and really put the head in the sand and get to it.
For real though, man, that's a good way to put it. Like you stated, it's really like the mentality. So first, like, that's where it all starts. That's why I'm glad that we be having these conversations, because we can bounce ideas off of each other, and we both can kind of really get it out there, like those true feelings. And at the end of the day, you're gonna become the people that you spend the most time around. So that's another reason why I'm super happy, not only that me and you have these great conversations all the time, that you're linking up with other very powerful, important people in your area, bro. I know for a fact in my heart of hearts, bro, I swear to God on everything I love, I know that you're going to be getting some really, really big boy deals coming up soon,
Honestly,
bro. As long as your circle tight with only the winners, it's impossible to lose if you're surrounded by
it's the truth.
winners.
Literally, man. Oh, I didn't even share this with the viewers, man. Just a real quick story, man. So the other day I was talking with one of my boys, and we were just talking real estate, talking shop, strategizing. He had mentioned that one of his ex's girlfriend's dad is actually a developer. And this dude is literally one of the biggest developers here in Pennsylvania. Like, not the city, I'm talking about the state. He is huge. So I'm like, well, reach out to her and get me in contact. Like, get us in contact with him. He told me, he's like, well, she blocked me. And I'm like, well, I mean, you know me, the boldness in me. I'm like, well, give me her number. I'll text her. So
Right?
I literally got her number, texted her right then and there, and just told her, like, hey, blah, 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 her name. You know, this is Dejon. I left the message. Give me a call back. And she texted me back, like, you know, what is this about? And I'm like, it's regarding real estate. I forgot what exactly word for word, but basically, if I could get her dad's number or his email, that's perfect. She was like, oh, not a problem. Shot me his email. I sent him an email right then and there immediately. So, yeah, like, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so,
I mean, you know, it's who people can you really get in contact with. If you know the big boys, you're going to become one of the big boys sooner than later.
Literally, and I told you, my ultimate goals are commercial properties and redevelopment. I mean, this dude has literally built well over 10,000 units. Like, he's huge. He's big. So,
right there, that's no joke. That's a power player that you definitely want to be trying to link up with.
Yeah, literally. And like, the thing on mindset, like, I gotta say this, just focus on you, man. Like, don't worry about the next person and, oh, they're doing deals and, oh, well, he's doing deals and I'm not. Like, just focus on you, man. I'm telling you, everything is due to you in time. Like, just focus, zone in, laser focus. Like they say, well, not like they say, like it is in a relay race, man. If you veer off in somebody else's lane, you're disqualified.
Exactly. Man, I think that that's really, 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 really important that you said that too, bro, because I think when you get inside of these groups and, you know, you're all on YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, and you see all of these people winning. If you go to the Wholesaling Houses Elite group, it's like all you see is people posting big ass checks. It's like depressing if you aren't getting any deals. That can be really depressing if you're constantly comparing yourself to those people. But you can't judge someone off of where they are now versus where you are now, because you don't see the struggle behind the fact that it took them 4 years to get that big boy check and things like that. And they had to literally be homeless for a month because they was grinding for this. Like, nobody talks about struggles. Everybody like, it's pretty much made for vanity. Everybody show our best sides on social media. So if you're always on social media, it's like you gotta just have the blinders on in general. Stay off of social media in general, because if you scrolling through Facebook, then you're not building your business 9 times out of 10. So as soon as you realize you're scrolling, stop. First off, but then second off, like, stop comparing yourself to other people just in general. Like, you are you, they are them, they're in their situation. Stuff is different. Just focus on you staying home. Like Dejon said, don't get thinking about what other people got going on, how many deals they getting, how much money they got in their pocket. What are you doing? Because if you even spend that much time thinking about another person's check or what they got up in their pocket, you literally neglecting your own future because you're so thirsty thinking about what somebody else is doing.
Exactly. That's, I mean, you said it perfect, man. That's exactly how it is. It's like, you know, I've networked with other, you know, people wholesaling or different, you know, people in real estate here, but like, man, their results, I mean, I don't care about them, man. I'm focused on what I'm doing.
The results don't affect you at all. And it's like, if you even thinking about their results, seconds that you just wasted in your life.
Right.
going on. If anything, use everybody else's success stories as positive reinforcement and positive motivation for you to get the same things. Be happy with them. Don't be jealous or envious, because the feeling that you attach to it is going to determine your outcome.
That's really the truth, honestly, man. And just really, it's my mom always says this, man, and I'm pretty sure everybody heard these words on some motivational video, but she didn't. She just says them. She just say, man, how bad do you want it? Like, literally, bro. She said, you want it bad enough, man, go get it. So, hey, man, I mean, yeah, I guess so. I got that type of
the right way, though, man. That's what moms are good for. Moms keep it going.
And they're not, well, at least mine, she ain't sugarcoating. So, like, if you slack, she's calling you out. You slacking.
Yeah, and I think my mom does the same thing. You know, she always holds me accountable, holds my feet to the fire. If I say something, she expects for me to do it. If I don't, then she lets me know. That's important. And in general, we don't want just gonna pacify us and appease us and stuff like that. That's how Hitler came to be, because nobody was telling him that you need to do better or that you should change this up. And everybody was kind of just going along with that. No, I don't want people to appease me. I feel like if I'm not doing great, then let me know, because iron sharpens iron. I don't want to be weak. I want to be stronger. Like, help me become stronger. Criticize me. That's the only way that I can get better, is if you tell me what I'm not good at.
Honestly, man, like, that's why accountability is huge, man. Like, having I don't know if you call it an accountability partner or group. I mean, like, that'll be game changing, man. It is. That'll be game changing.
I think just the fact that we be having these conversations, just like in this conversation, he told me, like, you know, I told Buddy that I was gonna follow up with him on Wednesday. I'm like, look, no, reach out to this dude today. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of it right there. When you got somebody that's like, no, don't even wait that long. Let's hold his feet to the fire with people that can hold you accountable for your goals, not to their expectations, what they expect for you to do. Like, what I want you to do is your life at the end of the day. You got to do what makes you happy. But once you say that this is my goal, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to hold your feet to the fire. And that's accountability partners are super important. You see my text and emails and stuff, I'm always like, yeah, like, let me know what I can do better. And, you know, like, I want to be great. I don't want to just be average or packed.
No, you're right.
Anything that I'm going to touch. Otherwise, I do not want to do it if I'm not going to be the best. To me, that feels like
legit, man. Seriously. And that's what you done for me, man. And like before, I wasn't even tracking my numbers. I literally created a spreadsheet just within the past couple weeks to really start tracking numbers and like really just getting serious with it. Like, just not taking it as a you know, you want it as a business, but how you're running it's not as a business. It's just as a hobby. I've been tracking numbers, tightening up with my follow-up. Like you said, man, like, don't follow up with them Wednesday. We'll still follow up with them Wednesday, but touch base Sunday. So, like, you see, I slapped off on that. So I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it, getting everything tight, you know, closing the gap in between a few things. So, man, I'm really learning a lot. And every time we talk, I just learn more and take action on it. And it literally just is game changing. Like, I don't know if anybody on this podcast is listening, but like a to-do list, man, I've literally been creating one ever since we had that talk. And like, man, it's game changing.
Man, you know, just keeping you organized, like the little things, bro. It's like the little things. That's why people be wanting to get a coach or mentor, so they can help them with the little things. It's like usually the big stuff, you can find that on YouTube, like big stuff. That's easy. Easy. It's the little things that nobody talks about on the videos, like how to stay motivated, how to be like, actually be efficient with your time throughout the day. Little things like that. Like, you never hear that type of stuff.
Don't.
It's just like school. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I want to know the whole game. Don't just teach me the
Honestly, man, like the goal that I would have to give, like that I've learned and like what you really just press on me, man. It's like the biggest thing is taking action. For mindset, like stay positive, man. You got this. You look, you got this. Like you always tell me, man, you got this. And like there's literally nothing you cannot achieve. You just gotta believe it and act on it. And honestly, the speed, like you gotta be quick and effectively execute on your time. Like those are huge things. I'm really like from talking to you and like more conversations, man. Like it's the consistent thing. Like I take notes every time we talk. I always tell you, and like 5 things are always the same. It's always those 5 things plus other things. It's like these are the cores of success, man. Like you just take action, execute very fast, you know, effectively on your time schedule, and man, stay positive.
Yeah, man, that's like the key. Those are the keys for real, bro. I'm glad how you broke that down for the audience right there. Y'all not paying attention. I hope y'all taking notes out there.
I'm telling you, man, like, bro, that is literally like the keys to success, man. Because like real world example, like, man, I walked, you know, I went out to an appointment. So I took action to go to an appointment. I got stood up. I was still positive though. I walked around, I found a for sale by owner, came across units, and like, you know, effectively on time. Like when we had our talk, I was about to start looking for the owner. He's like, well, if I was you, like get those offers out and get on some calls, then, you know, work on that. So it's like, man, literally are the keys, bro. Like, man, I'm telling you.
Man, that's the right way though, bro, man. I swear, bro, I love having these conversations, man. We never fail to have a great one. Like we had great conversations every time that we've ever talked to each other. It's crazy. I can't say that about everybody. You know
Literally,
what I mean?
like, man, it's just, man, I'm telling you, like every time we talk, I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, you are literally like I just look like, man, that is where I want to be. I like you're just motivating. It's like, man, I'm talking to my older self.
I swear, bro, and I swear to you, bro. You know, I've told you that before in the past, that I feel the same way about you. Like, I swear you remind me of like a younger version of me. It's literally like I'm talking to my past. I literally give you everything as though it was me. You know what I mean? Like, I was literally telling me, I swear to God, bro, I'm doing that. I'd be like, this is like mini me right here. I gotta make sure that I get to where I gotta go. So I'm gonna give myself the game. I'm telling you, bro. I promise you, you're gonna get there. I promise you. And if I have anything to do with it, I swear to God, I'm gonna make sure that,
bro. Honestly, man, having you and Nat on my side, and like you really from our recent talks, like you just talking about. Like I'm 21, man. That just put a whole different perspective. I'm like, man, I could really do something huge and not even get that done by the time I'm 30. I still be in my 20s.
well, you should be way levels above me by the time that you're 30. I put that on everything. If you got an example of something, then it's like you got years to get there. Like, look, it should take you like less than 2 years to get to where I am right now. By the time that you actually my age, you should be worth at least 10 million. That's my true real life opinion. I really, bro. It's like you should be one of the most well-known developers in the state of Pennsylvania by the time that you're my age.
Man, that's big, bro. That's big, man. I'm telling. Listen, man. The people that's listening now, they really get to hear our convo, man. It just charges you, man. It's like, man, like you know, I got a high energy level as is, but like after talking to you and talking to you, it's like, man, you make me. It's like, man, your 5-year goals. It's like, man, if you don't get those done in 1 year.
I swear, bro, having some really good, man, for real. You know, my energy level is always like, especially talking about this passion and stuff, man. So passionate about this stuff that passion just overflows into the conversations. I swear, like every time, bro. And finally, like, it never fails, man. It's crazy.
Man, and I just, man, I'm telling you, man, for the people listening, if you are not like in his coaching or the group, like, man, get in. I'm telling you, from the last time we talked to now, it's like, man, it's been just a huge change, bro. Like, goal change. Like, my goals before, I'm talking about, like, doing 10, 20,000 a month, which is still a big goal as is. But like now, I'm like, man, my goal is to get 2 multi-units before the year is out. Like, my goal is to, like, acquire commercial properties. It's like way bigger goals from just a couple months ago when we talked first on the podcast.
Right. That's crazy, ain't it? It's crazy how things change, man. And that's the best part about being around mentors and people who hold you accountable and help you move forward in life. Because, as I'm learning, as I'm getting knowledge from my mentors, I'm able to give that back to you. You know what I mean? So, like, me, I'm like, well, hey, look, any game that I get, I'm giving it right back out. That's the whole point of me starting this stuff. This knowledge has been kind of held secret from our people, and I really mean that. Like, it feels like, just like being realistic, like African Americans haven't really had a fair shake at real estate in America since it became available. Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the fact that we're getting this knowledge now, like most extreme vast majority of people that I see in wholesaling are black. Okay, so, like, for me, like, seeing that, I know that this is something that we're all latching on to, but I don't want us to just know the bottom level and we keep making these big investors at the top rich as hell.
Right.
No, we need to be big investors at the top getting rich as hell so we can get back to our communities. Period. And that's why every single thing that I learned from all of these realtors, developers, attorneys, title companies, all of this, I'm giving it all out. And nobody stop me from getting out the game for free. We all make it there. And I don't care what happens, like, in between. Like, I'm literally going to live my life making sure that people get this game-changing knowledge. I'm telling you, this is what I'm here.
I'm telling you, man, and like, man, that's why I'm telling you, man, like, that's from just talking to you. It's like, man, I feel an obligation to help people get involved, and even if I can't help you, just spark the interest. Like, there is other ways to do it. Like I was telling you before, just inboxing different people on their Facebook stories. Like, their story could be about like something very random, like they're smoking weed. I'm like, hey, I'd love to help you get started in real estate.
I remember you telling me that.
Seriously, like, I thought I had my vision clear, but after talking to you, it's like, man, there's so much more. So I just want to just tell people, like, man, you got to get started in this. It's like, I have to.
Yeah. For real, man. It's like, at the end of the day, most of us are just barely scratching the surface. Like we said earlier in this conversation, it's all about real estate, business, and credit. And if you don't have all three of the RBCs, then you're always going to be behind, and you will never get wealth. This is the best that you do, especially if you're young. If you're 18 to 21 years old or younger, and you're listening to this right now, please your credit. Start getting around people who actually understand the game, no matter what game it is that you're trying to get into. Like, get around the people who understand it. Then start taking action. Don't just sit around and talk about it. Skip what everybody else is doing. Skip all of the games, the finals. Who cares? Who cares about all of these holidays? All of this stuff is man-made. It's all taking money out your pocket. All of the big corporations that created all of the holidays, they created everything that you spend money on, pretty much. And like, all you got to do is like get out the cycle, open up your eyes, and realize that you've been treated like a slave since you was born. And just realize that schooling is made to turn you into an employee. Once you become an employee, it's literally you doing the same stuff that you was when you was in school. Wake up early as hell. Go do the work that we telling you to do. Get graded on that. have lunch when we tell you that you can eat. And home, it's like literally school is literally preparing you to be an employee. It's nothing else but training for
That's
an
exactly.
employee. It's literally
That's exactly what it is, bro.
it's like I feel like a lot of people, like more people are starting to open up before people didn't realize it. So I just want to stick that on here just for the record that I am on record saying that it's literally just like a pipeline to working a job for the rest of your life and pretty much being a slave to business owners. So are you going to become the business owner or do you plan on being the slave? No matter who you are, if you're listening to this, that's the question that you need to answer. Do you want to be a slave or do you want to own your own stuff? Because that's what the choice is to me. Since I was 18, those have been the choices. That's how I felt in my heart. No matter if I had a job because I needed to pay the bills, okay, fine and dandy. But every single day, I hated the fact that I had to wake up early and go to this place and have lunch when they tell me I can and do however much work they tell me that I need to and stuff like that. I just felt like a slave. I'm sure a lot of people just listen to this, so y'all understand where I'm coming from. So this is your opportunity. You got people like me, people like Dejon, people like Max Maxwell, and other people all across the internet and in person that are willing to help you get to where you're trying to go in life. You don't have to be a slave forever. You don't have to be an employee forever. You can get out the rat race. Dejon is only 21 years old, probably out here making more money than a lot of 40-year-old college graduates.
Yeah, which is crazy. And that's why I try to tell people, like, man, like, bro, you the hours you put in, it's like the 80 hours you put in to get, a couple hundred. Like, bro, if you put them hours into this, man.
Right. You give 8 hours to another man, but you won't even give 5 hours to your own dreams. That's so sad to me. Like, come on, take action, people. Wake up. Wake the hell up. Realize what the hell is going on here. Anyway, though, Dejon, brother, man, bro, I truly appreciate you coming on the podcast, brother. I know that this pod is starting to get now. I don't know how long people's attention span is. It's literally less than a goldfish is now, our attention span. So I don't want to make this too long because I want to make sure that everybody actually makes it to the end. But hey, guys, real quick, before we're going to wrap this up real quick, but before we do that, I want you all to know that if you made it this far in this podcast, I want to reward you all. I want you all to know that I'm out here looking out for you all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop one course link under this podcast. If you're listening on the podcast, that's the only place I'm going to put it. I'm going to put a free coupon code so you can get absolutely free access to my $500 wholesaling course. I want you all to take action. I appreciate you all getting this knowledge or coming out. Like turning on, like you walking the dog, washing clothes, sitting at home, chilling, at work, wherever you are right now. I want you to take action right now. So in the description of this podcast, there will be one free wholesaling course coupon code so you all can take advantage of that. Also, don't forget every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, I go out live on YouTube. So check out the link to the YouTube channel in the description of this podcast as well. But I go live on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. and it's just free game Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, I'm out here answering questions, giving you all feedback, tips,
a little bit,
strategies as you all can get pretty much. So whatever you need, I got you. Come holler at me Wednesday on my YouTube channel. The link will be in the description of this podcast. And lastly, guys, my brand new wholesaling automation program has officially launched. We haven't even talked about it, but it's officially launching right now as of this podcast, okay? So I've been putting in where I was literally up until 4 a.m. last night trying to get this stuff together for you all. Pretty much made it to where you all can get all of my services, all just packaged up in one package for an extremely low. I'm damn near taking a loss to make sure that you all are going to win, okay? So like, voicemail, text message drops, coaching sessions for me, the course, my ebook. I'm talking about like websites made for you, flyers, custom flyers made for you, custom forms online. Like I literally, if you can't get a deal after this, I pretty much got nothing for you. I'm sorry, but this is it. This is pretty much all of my services, all on one page, easily consumable. Take advantage, guys. The website is going to be edwardhayes.org/automation. So go ahead, check that out. That's pretty much it, though, guys. Dejon, bro, I really appreciate you, bro. You know I love you, man. I love having these conversations, bro. I definitely want to have you come back out more often. Honestly, I feel like we need you on here, bro. The podcast needs you.
I'm here, man. I'm here. Look, man, and real quick before, look, if you want to get in contact with me, hit me on Facebook, Dejon Charles, Dejon Charles. Man, inbox me. We link up, man. I'm down to help.
Boom. There y'all go. Pittsburgh investors, realtors, wholesalers, right there. Go at my man, Dejon Charles, guys. Add him on with any other social media you want to plug.
Say that again.
You got any other social media channels you want to plug, or just Facebook is good enough
for me, man? You know what? I'm actually less convo. I'm actually working on my Instagram. I see that I'm sleeping on it, so I'm on Fiverr getting some stuff worked on right now, a couple graphics just to throw up, just so when I'm on, it's official, it's creative. So I'll have my Instagram probably in the next couple days done. Revamping my YouTube channel, and man, yeah, but Facebook for right now, man. You got me on Facebook, and I won't put my number out, but I mean, if you reach out to me, man, we can hop on a call and strategize, brainstorm, talk real estate, man. Let's see if we can do some deals together.
Boom. Boom. I couldn't have said it any better. Well, then, guys, that's going to be the end of this podcast. Make sure that you link up with my man, Dejon Charles, 21 years old. He's out here trying to get it, guys. He's making it happen. I want to see you all make it happen, too. I will see you all in the next podcast. Till next time, guys, we are out here.